A little bit of a sore spot for me.
Gets a little bit of a roll towards the middle. They would have liked to roll that a hair further. Now perhaps Shaun can get a little bit of that flop. Roll it a couple of feet behind those corner guards. See if he can still force a blank out of this.
Well, I think you can be aggressive with this call. I mean, you're obviously looking at a blank end, and if you can get one in behind there and force Mike, that would be a big win.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, Terry. If you don't get the roll, it's almost 100% it's going to be a blank. So even if you roll out, that's the same outcome. So don't be shy about trying to get the roll here.
Exactly. Looks
It's
like it's
close.
pretty close.
They overdo the sweep just a little bit. They carved it. It's
No, that's
perfect.
in. That's in. Mike's forced to one.
Yeah, you can see it on the wide side though. If you wanted to take a go at it, it's tough. You never know what a rock's going to do all the way out there.
Yeah. They're having
Still
a
having a
little
talk
bit of a
about it.
chat. Yeah.
I mean, I think Mike's down at the other end saying, I can see a piece of it.
I can't believe that they would even consider it, really.
I agree with you.
I think you're forced, grab one. I mean, you're you're leading the game. I mean, it's one. Uh, it takes two to get put Team Meachem ahead. So I'm gonna take my one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you go great shot, Shaun. We'll just draw for our one here. But also a good chance to lay down and draw. No, they've been doing this during the practice, but the ice usually is speeding up through the first end. So a good chance for Mike to get a good feel of draw weight here. Final stone, Mike McEwen, he's forced to one after that great hit and flop by Team Meachem. This one looks perfect. So it is a single point for Mike McEwen as we head to the second end.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Welcome back. Second end just underway here in Martensville. Team McEwen, they were forced to a single point in that first end. Team Meachem, they're throwing the Redstones with last rock. Center guard went up for Team McEwen. I think it just slipped off the center line. Team Meachem, they're asking their lead to throw this corner guard. That's Austin Krupski. Right on that Rock Channel logo. Gary, I understand the team Meachem with Braden Grindham, their third here, and Austin, who was often sparing or the fifth player. They were playing with Steve Laycock for most of this season.
Steve Laycock's no stranger to competitive curling, and especially in Saskatchewan.
And they were curling together this year, but the one Brier appearance from Shaun Meachem was when Shaun was skipping in 2017. Played with Adam Casey, Catlin Schneider, and Dustin Kidby. They beat Steve Laycock in the
Yeah.
Saskatchewan Tankard that year to go to the 2017 Tim Hortons Brier. Yeah, we're talking about some different permutations and combinations for the teams, and this is obviously always every 4 years. You're going to see some new permutations and combinations, Terry, come out as we finish the quadrennial.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing who's still playing, who's not playing, who's playing with whom.
Yeah, we've got other games out on the ice, 4 sheets, and of course you can watch all of them on Curling Stadium. Go to Curling Zone's YouTube channel. You'll find all the feeds and stream there, or curlingzone.com. Brad Guju playing against Rogan Snow. This is our featured sheet. Mike McEwen, Shaun Meachem. Rylan Kleider playing against Kevin Tuma from Minneapolis, and Caden Ebert of the U.S. Wisconsin playing against Dylan Dirksen. And of course, Brad Guju, one of those players who have already announced his retirement, of course, gearing up for his final tournament of his career, perhaps the St. John's Brier. That's coming up in not too long. That red stone mostly exposed, so Marsh, being asked to make a takeout. Maybe they can roll it behind their centers. You can see the halfway guard, the tight 12, now trying to roll this toward the center. Terry, what do you think about the rest of Team Guju with obviously Brendan Botcher, Jeff Walker? Where do you think they end up?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think Botcher will get his own team and try and figure the culture and the chemistry out with a bunch of new players. Um, I think Mark could be enticed to keep playing, but and I mean I don't know about Jeff. I mean I think Jeff's got a lot more in him still, but so, yeah, it's the travel, and that huge commitment of potentially 4 years.
Yeah, and they do have with Laura Walker, a young child at home.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, it is a little bit of a uh, stretch to start thinking, oh, if I got to do this for 4 years. I mean, I could definitely see him, kind of maybe taking a year off and working his way back in.
Yeah, and Jeff, of course, is based out in Alberta, so I think there'll be a lot of options for him if he
Oh
wants to keep
yeah.
playing. Never know, he could even stay with Botcher if they think that's the right combination there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're right. Nice double peel there. Mike's going to ask for that guard to go back up. We've got a nice rock there on the side of the button, almost touching the pin. I do find the Mark Nichols situation more interesting because he hasn't announced a retirement, so not sure what he might do. I feel like he might be more likely to take a year off than Jeff, quite honestly.
Yeah. I just think as the older you get, the harder it is to take time off and then come back.
You're right, but it's been done before. I mean, Jacobs took some time off too, maybe one season. Mark Kennedy's done that as well in the past, I think. Although I'm not sure either of them were serious about retiring.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And they've said they're going to play one more year and ride kind of this Olympic boon, I guess, especially if they do very well at the Olympics. But I'm sure they'll have some good sponsorship for the next year, being our Olympic representative this year. Tried to run it back, only got the guard, so McEwen trying to get the guard back up, Colton Flash.
Yeah, there's so many teams out there that you know, really when you look around, you start to think like who might be a good fit with whom, and of course you've got a lot of points to, in some cases, to take with you. So I mean, sometimes that plays a role.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those points are what gets you those invitations to the Grand Slams.
Hmm.
Who's ever is the highest in the points, other than any sponsor exemptions, of course.
Right.
But this guard didn't quite get far enough over to cover the entire stone. It's only a small piece, but there should be enough curl here to play the quiet tap. And given that we're down to the last of the third stones, I like this call. Try to chase this with quiet weight, tap it back to the back four, maybe the back eight.
Well, I mean, I think too, if you were gonna miss it, that was the guard like lining it right up. That was the way to miss it. You didn't want to give Team Meachem an opportunity to, play a quiet hit on
Hidden
that
flop
out
behind the
turn
guards.
and flop behind the guard.
Yeah,
So
those corner guards are there. So yeah,
this
you're
is
absolutely
all
right.
over this is all over the front.
Yeah, now they're trying to carve it by the guard, and no, that's not going to work. Now, I'm wondering, is that the same stone that overcurled in the first end that crashed on the corner guard when they were trying to split the rings, Terry?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, if it is, I'd be watching out for that stone or watching your release. Maybe you're just getting it going a bit, but it could be the second time that stone has overcurled by quite a bit. Now, that rock did look a bit light, so that might have been the reason anyway. They
Hmm.
were sweeping that and only got it, well, might have gotten to the top 12 if they didn't crash on that yellow stone.
Well, and I think the other thing is that guard that you're or that rock you're talking about in the first stand that really overcurled. So it may be just a slower rock too.
Yep. So just something to keep an eye on if you're that team.
Don't you just come around this halfway?
I think so. I mean, that seems like the most logical play to me. I think the only thing you can think about is whether you put this kind of in the top eight and create separation between your two yellow stones or try to freeze right onto your own. The benefit of freezing onto your own is if they try to run it, miss it, now you guard it, now you're sitting two on the button and they're drawing against two right to the pin.
Hmm.
But if you don't do it properly, you might line up the triple, the run much easier. So first stone here in the second end for Mike McEwen. This
Going
one looks
hard.
like it's crashing, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
And will it spin back a little bit, take away the hole? No, hole is there.
Uh, yeah, barely.
Small, but it's there.
Yeah, no, you're right. I guess the hard part is I mean, if you're playing it really quiet, you could, if you don't get through, you could potentially tap theirs into the rings.
That's right, because if you're trying to play that hole, you're trying to stick the shooter a little bit softer weight. If it hangs out or over curls, absolutely,
Hmm.
Terry, you'll probably tap one of the yellow stones in.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to give it a go. I think that really is the only call, is to go through the hole. It's like maybe board weight.
This is close.
Yeah, now trying to hold the line here. Can they squeeze it through? It looks pretty
Yep.
close. Yep. And they'll stay right there. Good shot.
Wow. Great shot.
Yeah, so Mike will just have to navigate that same port. The good news is if he navigates the port, he's pretty much got the force, because I don't think you can blank.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, there's no way.
Carving this over.
It's on the. It's on
Through.
the.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Big mistake. And a big chance to get the 2 points here.
Yeah, I think on Mike's first one, like I said, I would have made sure that I got by, and uh, just even half a round was good enough, I think.
Shaun Meachem, a chance to draw for 2 in the second end after that mistake from Mike McEwen. Don't look too concerned here. Just have to get through this port. They've got
Yeah.
backing to work with. And it's going to be 2 points for Team Meachem. They take a 2-1 lead through 2. Welcome back to Martensville. If you're just joining us, my name is Jason Chang. With me, Terry Corbin. 2 ends in the books. It's a 2-1 lead for Team Meachem. Mike McEwen, he's got last stone advantage here in the third end.
Yeah, I kind of think Mike handed Sean and his team a late Christmas present or
Yeah,
an early Valentine's present, maybe.
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, a bit of a gift there. They had control of that end through the entire end.
They really did until, yeah, that shot by Mike on his first one, just opening the door just a crack, and that's all Sean needed.
Yeah, like you said, really just needed to make sure they got around, even half buried.
Yeah,
Then there's no real triple. You can maybe double off the guard in the one Mike throws half buried, then you just guard it again and probably can get your force or play it into the rings, force a double, see if they can make it for the blank. But double center guards go up here.
yeah, interesting.
That might have just been, and I'm not really sure what Sean called in the first rock, whether they wanted it so high. I think it's because the first guard was high that they decided to play that second center guard tighter. Team McEwen, they're going really wide on this end turn to get around. That's how they put up this corner guard. Now they're going wide around it. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. No hesitation here for Sean, and going around the center guards that they've put up.
Yeah, great crowd here in Martensville. You always see a great crowd in Martensville anytime there's a tour event. They set up the bit of those risers in the upper lounge, 3 rows deep or 2 or 3 rows deep. So just a great setup for curling fans in Martensville. And of course, if you're watching at home, wherever you are, we've got a great setup for you as well through Curling Stadium and the Stadium Sports Network.
Nice shot there. Kept it in front of the tee line, top button. That's a great spot, and it's totally buried.
Yeah, around those double centers. Mike calling for the freeze, I believe.
Yep.
See a great wide angle shot here of all 4 sheets in play. 10 men's teams in this field, a pretty good field. Of course, considering the yeah, that's a little bit too deep. Line was good, just had too much weight, but you never know. That one still something for Team Meachem to worry about. They can't hit that one out. 2 yellow stones in the rings, so.
And at this stage of the end, I mean, that yellow raise is an option.
Yeah, that angle from the corner.
Mm-hmm. The caliber at this elite level. I mean, those shots may look circus shots in club curling and whatnot, but these guys make a ton of those.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that angle raise right now on that corner guard, if they have to play it, that's pretty much the same sort of shot that Kerry Anderson played in that Scotty's 10th end, just on the other side.
Yeah,
Kerry's might have been even a little bit steeper, so maybe even a hair more difficult.
Yeah, well, and I mean, those ones where, you know exactly, like they're a half a rock. I mean, they're so much easier to call than, oh, we need a quarter of that. Well, maybe the quarter's not as bad because sometimes you can sweep to, you sweep to just miss it, and then at the end can carve it. But yeah, those ones where they're like it's a half a rock, to me, they're so much easier to call when you're watching it come down.
Well, they looked at just playing the double, the red double on the stone that just got thrown. That's just biting the top 12. They've now gone to playing this guard into that red stone that's just in the rings and maybe getting the triple.
Yeah, I think you might be worried more about like hitting that red one where they actually, the one that's on the center line, catching that, and then that rock catching the yellow or catching the red and then going over into the yellow. So that was a lot about nothing. Never mind. I knew what I meant.
This is what we need the telestrator, Terry.
Oh, jeez, it'd be so much easier on my brain.
So if you're watching us, just ignore the past 20 seconds of what was said. We're going for a guard here, though, on this shot. Just replace it. This one's running a bit deep, though. It looks like hasn't really picked up the curl yet, which is why I think it's a bit deep.
Well, they're going to go around it.
Yeah, I think this is plan B here.
Yeah, now you can get rid of all three.
Yeah, will that second red one jam onto the side yellow that's behind the corner? Well, Mike thinks it goes underneath. I'm not as sure it goes underneath. Depends on which angle you hit it at.
Yeah, I think you'd have to hit it like on the low side.
On the low side, yeah. It almost feels like the natural angle it's going into the yellow. You almost have to force it underneath by getting it a little bit off.
Yeah, it may go into it now.
Oh, just touched it, but went under.
Yeah. I never doubt my boy Mike. But you had to throw the intern, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did have to hit it slightly on the, I guess I ended up hitting it on the high side. So he didn't get all three of them off. If he had actually just more nosed it and to get all three guards moving, then it may have clipped the Yellowstone a little bit harder.
Yeah, Team Meachem now is kind of playing with a little bit of fire here.
Yeah, Braden Grindhome. Still trying to protect their shot stone that's on the button. Now, are they coming in to do that? Just get another one in, be around. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, this is deep again.
Yeah, they're going behind it now, which is okay. That's a good call. But the run double is there.
Yeah, I think if they had known that they were that heavy, they might have tried to run that right back to the yellow.
Yeah, freeze it at the back.
Yeah. This has got some heat on it.
Yeah, flies right by. What do you do here, Terry? I think they're worried about so many yellow stones. There's still two yellows. If you guard, you're leaving that run double again.
Yeah.
I think you're guarding here, though. I think even if they make the run double, you should only give up two. There might still be a kind of a slash double on those yellows. You can see half of the top yellow. Yeah. So you'll have an open rock to hit, or at least a half open rock you can hit and just limit it to two. I don't really think there's a whole lot of good you can actually do by coming in.
No. I think they talked a little bit about, if we're going to err on over a little bit of an over curl.
Right. This one's out there as well. Also looks like it's tracking heavy.
Oh yeah, this is in the house. I got 15-1 on the.
Yeah,
it's
quick draw speed, but I think they've prevented a triple here.
Yep.
But Mike's going to be sitting 3 stones in the rings probably after this, second, third, and fourth. Yeah, I think they've just been playing that out-turn guard so many times that path has gotten very quick here. Maybe a little bit faster than any of the other paths. They first talked about a nose hit. I think Flash is saying a nose hit ain't good because they might just decide to guard, and then you don't really have a direct shot at that redstone because you'll have your rock on top of the 4 behind a guard that they're going to throw up. I'm not sure they'll throw the guard, but it's dangerous to try to throw a guard when the opposition's sitting 3 stones in the rings. But Terry, what do you think?
Well, I think Mike's going to try and hit the center side of the highest red rock.
Yep, just roll it towards the center line.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep it on the center line, now you've got a rock you can run in as well, or run into shot stone. Yeah, I think if you do that, exactly what Mike's drawing up, maybe Meachem tries to play a corner freeze on top of it to save the end here.
Or does he ever try the, make the double?
Yep.
Well, it'll be 2 yellows.
Yeah, on 2 yellows. Yeah.
Mike's shooter and that one on the back.
Yep, on the back, and then you'll sit around for first and second. Just have to be careful not to hit it into your own redstone. Could be a little dangerous. First, Mike's got to make this shot. Then we'll see what the angles look like, where this lines up. All right, Team McEwen, they've got something cooking here. If they can get a couple of these red rocks to go away, that shouldn't be the problem. It's where their shooter's going to end up. It's going to roll behind the corner. So it's a bit further than they wanted. And now I think Meachem's going to corner freeze on that one and take the end away.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah, that's why they didn't want to go right around the corner with this roll. It looks great. You're protected, but that's the out that Meachem needed. It gives them a slightly easier shot to get out of this end. Still has to be made, though. You can't let this slip kind of deep behind that Yellowstone, that second shot. You can land it a little bit short and just be third shot and give up the 2. That's okay. But if you ever chapped off of it, sat on that T-line, Terry, then you're giving up 4.
Now, this is a big shot early in the game. And Shaun was really he was heavy with this first one, so the weight shouldn't be a real issue.
Yeah, the sweepers look like they're fairly happy with it right now.
Yeah.
Still.
It's just got a curl.
Yeah, and sit in front of the Yellowstone.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's real good. So how do you feel about taking one, Mike?
Sure, he's looking at not wanting to.
Yeah, well, that shot of Shaun's ended up in a perfect spot.
Yeah, I think this is very prudent. I don't know. Like, maybe if you threw lots of weight, that redstone maybe can come off of the yellow, but you never know if that's going to happen.
Well, I think if you're McEwen, even if you threw it really hard, I think that the red one that you'd make contact with would come back onto the yellow.
Yeah, it might.
Good possibility.
It could, yeah. So it is a nose hit here for Mike McEwen. Here in the third, try to tie up this game. Remember, they started with hammer. They got forced to 1 in the first. Meachem took 2 in the second, so being forced again here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it is a single point. 2-2's the score after 3 ends.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
All right, real talk for a second. If your snack situation hasn't changed in years, maybe it's time for an upgrade. The Chocolate Lab makes legit chocolate that's worth paying attention to. That's it. Back to whatever you were doing.
Welcome back to Martensville. 2-2's the score. We're in the 4th end. Team Meachem, they're playing the Redstones. They've got hammer. And they've got hammer in the evens, which means in a tie game. So they flipped the hammer. High guard for teammate McEwen on their first. Team Meachem, they draw into the top of the 8, just biting the top of the 4-foot. And this is a great shot of the crowd. Lower level.
Yeah, Mike's really got to find a different recipe here with the hammer. Now, he doesn't have it right now, but he's been forced on both ends that he's had the hammer, the first and the third.
Yeah, and Shaun converted with his hammer. So, so far, probably a little bit frustrating for Team McEwen here. And Team Meachem. Going to the other side now, or going to the side. I think they're just trying to split the rings here, or are they playing guard?
No, I think they're splitting the rings.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to make sure they get that back all the way to the tee line. If you're a little bit high, you might leave a double, or you might leave a hit and roll to the button. You get to the tee line there. Even if you get the roll right behind those guards, you're behind the tee line. You'll be in the back of the 4 probably, or back of the button at the very least. So it looks, seems inconsequential in terms of the depth, but it does make a big difference to get that to the tee line.
Well, I mean, so much so that, you see what Mike's called here, and he's called the hit on that rock.
And just nose it. And if you could exchange a couple of nose hits, then you can set up the roll or maybe set up a double.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying getting this to the tee line, but you can almost be a rock or a rock and a half behind the tee line. Then you can have a couple of hits and you're still on the top of the tee line. Now they've rolled this run to the back of the 8.
Yeah.
This is an interesting situation. I think you're forcing Mike to draw now.
You are.
You're never going to peel off your own center guards being tied and without hammer here. So yeah, they are going to go behind here. Kevin Marsh. Can probably still be shot stone on the back of the 4 and buried. Mike's motioning if it's short, play the corner phrase. This is where the sweepers have to be confident about their weight call and then let Mike know.
Yeah, it's not back there.
Yeah, so they are going to get to the corner phrase.
Yeah. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Yeah, we're here in Martensville quite often during the curling season, and I see the container guy ad at the back of this sheet. I keep wondering, who is the container guy?
He's a secret. Rocks seem to be gliding nice, though. Mike's got some rearranging to do, I think, coming up. It's going to go one more.
Yeah, wide around everything. Good call. If you can get this buried, you'll have a staggered situation up in front in the top 8. Hopefully shot stone in the back of the 4. Golden flash.
One of the Marsh brothers is really going hard.
Yeah, try to keep the line, I think. Might have been a hair tight coming out. Now it looks better, I think, is it? Yeah, now it looks pretty good. Now you probably want to switch. Yeah, to the other brother. Great shot.
Nice shot. Real good. Yeah, there's no real easy kind of out here.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering, do you have to blow up the guards here? Try to get a couple of them moving? Maybe all 3 of them moving here? Or maybe just that middle one?
Well, I think they're talking about the red one, yeah.
Yeah, can they clip the yellow one on the way by too, or?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
This has got some heat on it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It's on the front. Did you put the guard back up, Terry?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what Mike's worried about. So I'm just looking, red onto the yellow.
Okay, that's what they're worried about, the red yellow combination, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of like that. Team Meachem, they've got nothing on the right side, where the 2 yellows are on that right side of the center line. There's nothing for Team Meachem there.
No.
Maybe you can see a sliver of that back yellow and could pick it out, but if anything right now, if nothing really changes, I think you're drawing the intern side to the button if you're Shaun Meachem. So he does need to keep that side open. At least one of those sides will be the left side, as you see it from the player's throwing perspective. Still got the button right now. Nice high guard. Yeah, with that guard being placed there, you can't play that same shot they were going for last time, which was the red-yellow. Now they have to go yellow, red, yellow. Try to get all the guards moving. Yeah, straight peel again. The question is, at some point, is Mike going to try to get greedy and try to sit 2? They're talking about sitting 2. You can kind of go out turn, right on top of your shot stone. You can go in turn, try to get to the back of the 4 maybe. This is the shot I said you could see for Shaun Meachem. You can just see a sliver of that back yellow stone. That's shot stone. You could pick it out, but it's dangerous because if you ever hit the top yellow one, your yellow's going to sit 2. So I think if you left that there for Shaun's last stone, I'm not sure Shaun would ever even play it. And of course, the other shot Shaun has is just the draw to the button. On the clockwise side, the in turn, if you're ready. If you're wondering, no time clock's being used here. So yeah, these conference calls, they could last a little bit because no one's under time pressure. I think they're thinking about this so much because they think the situation is quite good. With the 2 guards on a bit of a stagger, you've got the yellow's corner frozen onto the red. That's in the 8-foot, protecting that stone that Team Meachem right now really can't get at unless they try to pick it, which I said has a lot of danger to it. If you're ever inside and hit the yellow stone in the 8-foot, you'll kill your own red stone. That's second shot. So because that situation is so good, they're wondering, can we get another one in there and try to steal 2? Is it too dangerous to go in? And where do you put it? Do you go on the intern side? That's what they're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Or
well, that's why I don't think you're ever playing that pick because you could tick the yellow, the top yellow, and really create a lot of problems for yourself.
Yeah, and right now, if you go in and you get this buried or half buried in the top of the button area. It's really tough for Team Meachem because the guard, if you're trying to run the guards in, the red-yellow could also hit the yellow and pick out the red stone at the top of the 8, biting the 4. What you have to be careful here is to not leave this such that maybe you leave a double on your 2 yellow stones. So if you're a bit tight, chap off that red stone that's in the top 8, roll it open. You might leave a double. And then that's how you're going to give up 2 again. You've pretty much got the force for sure and a pretty good chance to steal 1.
Well, I think the only reason they decide to play this is they know Shaun's going in around it, but I think the problem here is you're a little bit warm. Oh no, you're not.
Looks okay. Really. They're just trying to bury it now.
Weight's okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I think you would have liked it about a rock higher.
Yeah, rock higher, of course, would be perfect, but still not bad. You're putting a lot of pressure now on Shaun to make this.
Shaun doesn't waste much time when he cleans off the rock. Down, set, throw.
Weight looks really good here.
Yeah, it's really close.
Oh. Really good shot.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The good news is for Mike is that I think he can kind of guard this off and force Meachem to a score of 1.
Yeah. That being said, though, if you throw the guard, you don't want to hang this out too wide because I almost think you have a no risk running it in, right? Because that red's never going to leave. And you could maybe get the yellow double. If you leave this guard kind of like as a corner guard guarding. So final stone for Team McEwen. Meachem is sitting 1. Locked in there. Mike's content to give them 1 here. It's a good stone.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, can you just run that yellow that they just threw back and clip the red stone and move both yellows out? Or
I don't think there's going to be enough drag there.
Not enough action?
I don't think so. Looks like there's a fair bit of room between the 2 rocks. I think the no risk one would almost be just to try and pick that yellow, and you might grab you might be able to grab 2 that way.
Pick the yellow that is on the side of the button.
Yeah.
And hit it into the other yellow.
Yeah.
Question is, can you get it? To.
It's hard to say.
Come off the back.
They're looking at running the yellow in.
Right. The one that just got thrown. That's the one I'm seeing. The question is whether you can get enough action, I think, to push really that second Yellowstone, the one that's on the side of the button, out of the 4 foot.
Yeah, I guess I mean I'm big time visual. I don't see that, but I mean again, Shaun doesn't waste any time.
Yeah, it just gets in the hack, throws it hard. I think this is no risk as well, so let's see how close they are. They're now wanting to move up a little bit. They don't, yeah. Single point. Great shot on his first draw to get that 1 point after being in quite a bit of trouble this end. They will take the lead 3-2 halfway through the match.
Yes, yes.
Curl in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, boy.
Wheeling.
Ahead of us all,
Fifth end just underway here in Martensville, 3-2. Shaun Meachem leads Mike McEwen. Pretty busy end in the last one. Team McEwen looked like they were sitting pretty good to steal. A nice freeze on Shaun's first stone. Locked one in there. Maybe had a shot for two. It was going to be tough. Comes away with a single point, but they've got the lead halfway through this game, and I think they'll be pretty happy with how the first half has gone, Terry.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you started the game tied, obviously, but without the hammer, and after four ends, you've completed two hammers each, and you're up one.
Yeah, another set of guards up in play, so expect some rocks in play again this end.
I would think that Mike will go pretty hard here for a couple.
Good draw there, top of the four, Dan Marsh. And they're going to play a draw here, try to corner freeze, I think. From the other side, of course, I don't think they can get to the inside with that out turn, so have to get to the in turn side. But this one is well short here, Logan Eady. Ends up with another guard.
Yeah, it's not a very good throw, unfortunately. By Logan.
Mike's first instinct was the same draw. I think the team is saying the other way, because if you leave that, if you leave the out turn, or sorry, if you leave this in turn draw, excuse me, then the other team will play it and can be shot stone. You might be forced.
I'm with the team on this one.
Line looks really good. I think they would have liked that maybe another foot deeper. I don't know. You're leaving some space now to go around everything.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that in the ideal world they would have got that to the top of the button.
Well,
but it's interesting here, you've thrown the guards and, you're without the hammer and you're the one removing the guards.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they didn't even sorry, Shaun didn't even look at going around everything.
No.
He immediately went up to play the guards and now only gets rid of one of them. I think, yeah, put another one in.
I know the temptation is to, play what they just played. I do like this turn now. Just trying to tap that.
Yeah, if you land it kind of on a slight angle, so just on the outside of that stone, then you can line up kind of a slash into the button if Team Meachem decides to go around everything. So
they're going to have to go. I think it might be just a tad bit light here on the tap. You definitely want to get it into the rings.
Yeah, and they do, I think.
I think they did just get it in. Shaun's really got to make a tough decision here.
Yeah, again, he's first instinct is going for the guard.
Yeah. This is where you end up, I mean, this is how big ends, end up going on the board is, you want to go around everything, but at the same time, you don't want to give up the big end. You think by blowing it up, you might be able to get out of this with a deuce.
This isn't easy. That
no
yellow stone that is not in the rings could squirt into the rings, and you could leave Mike McEwen sitting 3, or you do that, and I don't think you've improved it. I think you've probably made it worse by doing that. Now Mike is thinking, should we split that other yellow stone in, try to sit 5?
You could potentially open that up too and give Shaun an out.
Could you also... They are playing the split here, Terry?
Yeah, I think so.
The other shot I was wondering was whether you can actually play kind of a tap on the one that just came into the 8-foot, push that to the back of the 8, even back of the 12, and roll the shooter behind that corner situation.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Might have to carve this a bit.
Looks pretty close, though. Looks pretty close.
Yeah.
All right, McEwen sitting 5. The 8-ender is still in play. Don't think it'll be in play for long.
Well, this is where, you say, geez, I'm glad I'm yellow.
Yeah, Sean's saying, well,
he's talking about getting rid of 2, and I mean, I think your thrown rock is going to be available.
Yep.
Just to turn around and sit 4. I mean, can you get in behind that yellow one? I don't know, because I think it rubs the back side of it.
Yeah, it'll be close. But you don't want to be directly behind.
Yeah, sometimes I mean the spacing is hard to really gauge. But this team McEwen, I mean, you can when I was younger, you could always tell the Saskatchewan boys they were the ones that could really heave it.
Yeah, got the nose hit.
Mike can just knows that, and I mean,
yeah,
you're still looking at 3.
Yeah, I like the nose right now. If you try to roll left from the overhead, you'll be behind the corners. But I think if you did that, you're then gonna run Meachem out of options, and they're gonna go around everything, and you'll have nothing to run in. If you keep this on the nose, if Meachem decides to draw, because maybe at some point they'll just have to, because there's still 4 McEwen stones with only a couple stones left. So if they think the triple is there, they'll probably play the triple here. But if you think you can only make 2 go away, you might consider playing the draw.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you're ever. I don't think they're ever thinking about the draw. They're from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, this is when you have the scouting report from Terry Corbin.
Now he must think that he can make that triple.
Yeah, I mean, could you make the triple on the 2 stones that are just biting the 12 plus that stone that's from the full 8?
Yes, I do
instead.
think so. I think
you don't
so.
have to move the other yellow one very far.
No, that's right.
This looks quite tough because you've got to be skinny on both, I think. And your shooter won't be in the rings at the end. If you play the other one, your shooter will be in the rings. Maybe you get a mistake and yep. Right through the port.
Wow.
Yeah, they needed skinny and got nothing.
Yeah. Now, if you're Mike, I mean, if you don't throw, do you think Shaun's playing the in-off of the yellow in the full 8-foot?
Yes, that's one option.
I'm just saying if you didn't throw, because I mean, my inclination would be to throw the draw.
That's mine as well, to throw the draw. Like if you play that in off the yellow, or just that hit and roll basically off that yellow that they're looking at right now, you still have the yellow stone that's in the top, biting the top 8 that you could slash in, right? You almost need to overroll that hit and roll, which is quite hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other shot Shaun could play is the draw himself. If you leave,
he could play that. Yeah. But that's when you go, okay, so what do you want to leave? What do you want to leave him? Like, I mean, of his options, what would you like to leave him?
And right now, it looks like you actually have 2 draws available, right? One is through that, kind of through the middle.
Yeah.
And one is the wider out turn.
Mm-hmm.
If you go wide out turn, you got a lot of space in the rings because Mike's only full 8 foot just, right? So you just need to be full 8 better than Mike's to make Mike make something.
I'm wondering if Marshy's on board with this.
Yeah, here, and they're going for the draw, right? So around.
Yeah, I believe that's the call.
Yeah, and I think this is where you have to be careful where you land this, because if you go there and you leave kind of through the middle draw for Meachem, can they end up laying a freeze or a corner freeze onto yours? I almost think you want to maybe leave this maybe edge to edge in the 8 foot and have another one you can run in if Meachem decides to throw the draw through the middle.
Yeah, because I think that's what Meachem is going to end up playing.
Well, first stone for Mike McEwen. He's got a big end brewing here. Sitting 3 right now, trying to sit a 4th stone. Yeah, let's see where they sweep it. Yeah, exactly where they're putting their broom. They didn't quite get it there. They left it. Yeah. They got the edge to edge, but now it's much less usable because it's a little bit higher than that other yellow stone.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that was a huge sweeping error, I think. This shot looks like kind of damage control. If we make the perfect roll, great. If not, and we give up 3, we're still in the ball game.
Yeah, they'll only be 2 down, even if they give up 3 here. Don't really think there's a split on those yellows. Even if you roll out here.
Yeah, boy, oh boy, when Shaun gets down there, there's no, having a chat with him, because if you wanted to have a chat with him, the rock would be already halfway down the ice.
Getting to get to the inside, just a hair, but not much of a roll. Just a soft weight nose hit. We'll get you your 3.
Well, and you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, this went very quickly from potential 4 to, this is a potential 2. If he ever, overthrows it, or, I mean, gets it a little bit wide and he hits and rolls out, like, that was a costly first rock that Mike threw. I mean, I don't know whether the sweepers just misjudged it, whether, grabbed something or what, but they're saying this has got a lot more weight than maybe was intended.
Looks all right based on how now they're switching, how they're sweeping. Yeah, they've got it.
Yeah.
3 for yellow. So yeah. Mike McEwen, they grabbed the lead for the first time since the first end. 5-3 through 5.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Well, a big end for Mike McEwen. They take 3 in the 5th end to go up 5-3. Really had a chance to get 4 if his first rock made the rings. But Team Meachem, they're down by 2. They do have hammer. It is an even end, so try to get 2 back here, get a force, and then take 2 coming home. Right, Terry?
Yes, that would be the ideal plan.
Yeah, we make it sound so easy up here, but
I know, eh?
I mean, that last end was really the first end where I really felt Mike's team put up a number of good rocks there, and Team Meachem never really made anything, quite honestly.
Yeah, they dug themselves a hole, and they tried to get out of it by making a double peel, and just never got the double peel. And of course, Team McEwen just kept, not going to say lob them in, but get them in good spots, you know, and controlled the top of the house.
All right, Dan Marsh has to stack 2 stones in the rings.
Oops.
That one. Yeah, I wanted to get that a little bit closer to the center line, I think. But second guard's going to go up. They're going for same side corners here.
I just saw Kevin almost did a big stumble there and fall. This one looks like it's definitely in the rings.
Yeah, so if it's in the rings, get it buried.
I think that's just very barely available.
Yeah, you'll need soft weight here. That is the one advantage of trying to go same side corners, is if you are a bit heavy, you might still be buried in the rings. And if the other team decides to take on the chase, you never know. They might set a bit wide or be a bit tight and move the guard, and then the guard will go right back with the free guard zone.
Mm-hmm.
If you had done that on the other side, then they would just hit the open stone. So Golden Flash trying to hold this straight here. It's crashing on that guard. It ticks it over, so it actually works out okay for Team McEwen. They've got the shooter spinning in. Yeah, they've opened it up. I think you need to play a guard, don't you?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, it's about placement. You know, do you really want to throw a guard, or, you know, do you want to throw it in the rings?
And the reason I'm advocating for the guarding is the one that I know it's 4th shot right now, but you know Mike's gonna probably just peel it anyway. So maybe you get a bit of a fortunate peel and might hit something in the rings. There's lots of stuff in the house right now to jam on. And if you're Mike, you can't really protect all your Yellowstones just in the rings, right? There's so many doubles, right? There's an angle everywhere.
Yeah.
So Meachem can always get at those, right, with some hit and roll or some double there. So
they elected to play the corner guard, but this needs to sit down. Oh, they're not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, that overcurled, and it also came too deep.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. It's so deep that it's got double written all over it. May not be written all over it, but yeah.
I got it. They do leave the guard there.
Yeah, Mike was hoping that they would roll into the middle a bit. Good news for McEwen is that if they go around it and he chooses to run the stone in, he'll be running his own stone into the rock. This is gonna sit down, does it not? Oh, no,
looks like it will sit. Now they're trying to carve it over, but I'm not sure it's going to be buried at all. I think you can see almost all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can see all of it. I'm not even sure you needed to stick around, Mike. Having a quick glance at the scores. Brad Gouju leading Rogan Snow 8-1. Yeah, Colton heals it, rolls right out. Don't need another Yellowstone in the back of the rings. It's getting into the third stones now, so I like the fact that Shaun is taking a look at making a play off of these Yellowstones. Starting to move them around a bit now. Create some space to try to get your 2 points.
Just speaking of scores, I mean, when we came on the air, you and I were talking about that Canada-Sweden game over at the Winter Olympics, and Canada, with a big score of 4-8, went on to win that game 8-6.
Yeah, so Brad Jacobs looking very good so far. Got the hit, got the rollover, pushed the shot stone back to the back of the tee line. So I think that's all helpful. But Team McEwen, they can make a play on this red stone. If they get right to the nose or almost right to the nose, they should be able to push that through. Have to be a little careful. Well, I think if you're a curling fan right now, you can watch the Olympics at 3 a.m. Eastern or 2 a.m. Central. then the next draw in the morning. Then join us on Curling Stadium in the afternoon and the evening. You can be up all day watching curling. This one's wide, though, and this is exactly what you couldn't do. And Colton's done it. Yeah, he's obviously disappointed with that throw.
Yeah, you don't really expect that.
Yeah, Shaun Meachem, they're just looking for a spot here where you don't leave a double, so they're going to the back of the 8-foot. Maybe try to sit it in front of the Yellowstone that is in the back 12. They want to be second shot, though, so they've got to be mostly in the 8-foot still.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they're maybe trying to sweep it for line. So it's over curled a bit, and it's only third shot. So the weight was actually good. They were probably looking for it to be about a half rock to the left from the overhead, and then they probably would have been shot and in front of that Yellowstone. Mike trying to play yellow onto red here.
Yep. And made.
And sit in front of the other.
Yeah, that's a pretty good outcome.
Pretty good. Shaun's going to try to maybe get to the inside here and push it through.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess, yeah, you can still get to the inside. It's tough, but it's there.
It is there. I mean, you can hit it on the outside or the high side as well and push it through and roll towards the center, but then you'll probably leave Mike a double.
They're going to take it on.
Yeah. I mean, they're feeling, like we talked about at the beginning of the send, right? They're looking to find a way to get the 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
So if they leave Mike with the double, you're going to be at force to 1. So try to get 2, get the force, come home with hammer, get 2, win the game. Ooh, just rubbed it, I think. They'll get away with it. They'll still push it the other way.
Wow.
And just where that Yellowstone landed, they may have prevented a double. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think he's got to play the hit and roll.
Yeah, I mean, I think the double's still there, but it's a little bit tricky. So, yeah, hit and roll in front. Yeah, they just got away with, just haired that corner guard. All right, final stone in this end for McEwen. Trying to get a hidden roll in front.
Really trying to carve it.
I don't think they're going to get it quite there, no. Yeah, so Shaun Meachem now just needs to make a nose hit or a little bit on that left side, or as you see it from the thrower's angle, the right side. He's going to take the same turn. He just did. Probably will throw similar weight.
Yeah, this all brought on by an error from Colton Flash.
All right, final stone. Didn't look like there was going to be a chance for 2 for a lot of the end, and then now a quiet weight hit. Just needs to avoid the jam. I think it looks pretty... Will it get enough? Will it get far enough? Yes, it does. Just pushes it through. Nice shot. 5-5 through 6.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Well, this game's been tight. It's 5-5 through 6 ends. We're entering the 7th. Team McEwen, they've got last stone. If you're just joining us, we're here in Martensville for the Curling Stadium, Martensville International. My name is Jason Chang. With me is Terry Corbin.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't want to say it's been routine, but I mean, Meachem has been able to score a couple of deuces with the hammer, forced on one occasion. Mike had that big 3-ender, which could have been more. So we're down to 2 ends to go. Each of them theoretically has a hammer. And Meachem electing to play the double guards.
Yeah, which means, of course, they are trying to force here. They don't want a blank in this end. The stats will show a tie game with hammer. The hammer team is going to win a lot of the time, especially a team at Mike's level. Win about 90% of the time if you're one of the top teams. So a little mistake there. Definitely weren't trying to rub it and go behind the tee. Definitely trying to go on the top side of tee.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. They rubbed that. It would have been much better had they got around.
Well, Lillian's been having some issues with his draw weight. The last couple of draws he's played. So they're trying to get to the freeze here. This time he's got pretty good weight, good line. The sweepers did have to work pretty hard to get it there, but not bad. Yeah, Mike going for the double peel now, and this is where the placement of those guards is so important because the guards were left at an angle, and so you can definitely double peel, lose the shooter here. You might end up bringing the blank back into play. But both teams have been having some trouble making double peels, right? We've seen a lot of single peels through this whole game.
Hard on this sweep. Well, that's better than it was. Now, Meachem is going to try and throw up a guard here. The out turn is Braden. Going to be relatively high, but it looks like it should be pretty good line. Yeah, it is. It's fine. Mike always aware of possibilities that might exist here when running rocks around. Well, he has to play the in-turn peel. Executed. And Shaun Meachem is going to ask Braden to replace his previous shot. This will be just an out-turn guard. This one looks like it needs to curl a little bit. It's going to be just a little bit deeper too. Be a whole lot deeper. The top 12.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, it gives a little bit more option available to Team McEwen, but kind of like where that Red Rock is on top of the 4.
I think they're going to try to clip the redstone, even if you make the triple. Get that redstone out. It's very important that red squirts out, and it does. Good shot.
Yeah,
and you're still biting at the top, Terry.
Yep, for sure. And now Shaun will probably just try and roll under. I would think you'd almost want this to be right under because they run that in, and it's right under. Definitely could make sure that you're running a excuse me, a yellow one in, but you're gonna if he actually rolls in, the rock that you're running back isn't gonna stay in all likelihood. Sweeping it hard for a curl.
Yeah, trying to work it over. It doesn't quite get there. Still open.
Yeah. Now Mike would love to just roll that about 2 rocks to his left and our left as we look on it from the overview.
Yeah, we can roll low as well. So that's what Mike's doing. You just don't want to roll behind that guard or that biter, I guess. If you're anywhere behind it, I think Meachem freezes on top. And you could get forced. If that happened, you actually might see Mike playing the run and try to break it.
Oh, I would think so, yeah. I mean, I honestly don't see a scenario where Shaun is going to play that draw. I mean, I think he would take a run at the double over a draw at this stage. Now they've opted to, at least with Mike in the hack, they would like to roll this just off like a foot to the edge, the 12. I mean, if you're Mike, though, you know, I mean, so you hit and roll out. I mean, Meachem that then maybe does play the draw, but
it's well out there.
Yeah,
won't be sticking around.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah, you could see on his release he had a pretty strong set to the outside.
Yeah, so they are gonna go around.
Yeah, I think you have to here. I don't think you can give a blank here to Mike
No,
McEwen.
no.
At least not a free blank. You could still leave him a run blank here.
Yep. And Mike will take it on for sure.
Yeah, I think if you're perfectly buried, I think you take on the run blank. If you can see half the stone, then I think you play a soft weight hit and try to take your 2. Critical draw here for Shaun Meachem. Team McEwen, they've got a biter. They're sitting 1 in the top of the 12, just biting. Shaun Meachem, they need to get this around that stone, buried.
Really trying to curl this. Weight's pretty good. You can go back as far as you really want.
Yeah, I think the line's fine.
Yep. Got a half a rock.
Yeah, you can see enough. You got quite a bit of distance there. You got 10 feet between that rock and the biting the 12 to the back stone, so should have lots of room to play hack weight maybe. Based on the ice, that looks approximately right. Mike McEwen, 7th end. A chance for 2 points here. To take a 2-point lead playing 8. He was a bit wide on his first stone. He hit and rolled out.
Got a lot of curling. Yeah, a lot of curling to do, man.
Yeah, looks a bit too
Oh,
strong.
he doesn't even have a piece of it.
No, and it's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Meachem. So Team Meachem, they will retake the lead in the 7th end. 6-5, we're going to 8.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
All right, real talk for a second. If your snack situation hasn't changed in years, maybe it's time for an upgrade. The Chocolate Lab makes legit chocolate that's worth paying attention to. That's it. Back to whatever you were doing.
Welcome back to Martensville, 8th end. 1-point lead, Team Meachem after that steal. Mike McEwen couldn't convert the 2, so now he's got to get 2 here to win the game. 1 to send it into extras. Imagine they'll play a corner guard here. Well, this game has been back and forth. Some momentum shifts, certainly early in the game. The first three or four ends, Team Meachem looked like they had good control of the game here. Took advantage of some McEwen mistakes. McEwen took the lead after getting 3. And Meachem's come back with a steal here in the 7th to regain the lead.
Well, the momentum, shift really seemed to be anyway in that 5th end, where Team Meachem was in a pile of trouble, and ended up giving up 3. And then, McEwen was in no trouble really in that 6th end, and then, Colton had that, don't want to say flash, but miss, and that allowed Meachem to score 2, and it really feels like, like they have got a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, and then in that last end, Mike threw 2 rocks wide.
Yeah.
I think the first rock, it really looked like he just had a bit of a strong set and just pushed it out a little bit too far. The second one, maybe he just had too much weight, because I was looking at his release. It looked like he released it pretty good. And then they were trying to just work that stone over, and they probably had maybe a hair wide and a hair too much weight as well. Really needy.
Wasted no time on jumping on this one. Probably over curling, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe a hair light as well. I think they wanted that a little bit closer to the center line side, because trying to protect this yellow stone that right now can be promoted. Mike McEwen, they're just going to freeze another one on top right now. Try to be patient because they're trying to set up the 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, and I'm just coaching and being involved with some of the younger curlers. I mean, you just want to, step up and get rid of that red one by playing the, I would say a heavy tap, but I mean, probably with some of the younger kids coming in, I mean, it's more than just a heavy tap. I mean, they're playing takeout at this. This is a good example of, just being patient. There's a lot of rocks to be played. Ideally, if Mike could have walked it down, he would have probably not moved that red one, but it's still a good example of, being patient. There's, like I say, they've each got 5 rocks left to play.
Yeah, I agree. In curling, timing is everything. When you make your move. And I think you're also quite right with your observation. The younger teams or the younger players, they tend to maybe want to throw a little bit too much weight out of stone than they need to. Throw normal weight hits when really a board weight hit where you can control the speed and the curl a little bit better with the sweeping, especially if you got good sweepers. My favorite phrase these days to use with young curlers is board is your best friend. Board weight is your best friend. Try to use board whenever you can.
Well, that rearrangement, it's not terrible, but it didn't turn out to be the best possible outcome either. Because you could still make the kind of the almost like the double on the yellow red and probably catch that red rock that's on the button as well.
Yeah. You like this call that they're
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just kind of debating that in my head. I mean, pretty thin.
I don't think you really need to move the red stone that's on the button right now.
Neither do I. I don't think that's an urgent call.
So just rolling this into their own yellow stone?
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to not be playing the double, but to be playing the hit and roll here.
Yeah, just roll it in. Maybe move that yellow stone that's currently second shot over behind the corner some more.
Looks like it's going to be close.
All right. You got second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
But I think you wanted that yellow stone, the shooter, to not come beside the red. You wanted to kind of clunk the yellow one a little bit more. Stay on the top side of the red. I mean, I like the call that they're making, but you got to be very careful.
Yeah, this could be what's the right word? Remnants of flashes takeout that ended up kicking their stone right into, or the red stone that they were trying to remove right into theirs, which was shot. We know what happened there. And I think it's so easy to pop these out turns.
right, he's asked for a hair more ice.
Yep.
This is when you're, as a skip, you're like, okay, you asked for it, so you better not throw it wide.
That's right.
He's hit that out pretty strong.
Well, everybody in-outs them now, right? Like, because of the curl. It's on the nose.
Yeah. And skipper's going to say, well, if we had the ice in the right same spot as I gave you, we would have made the double.
But it's hard for Mike to leave that. But I don't know how you can...
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Leaving it there is not great. They've got nothing they can really run in right now either.
So they've opted for just through back 12 weight by the looks of it. This is gonna curl. It's starting to. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, he got the curl in there. Touches that yellow bit. All right, pretty good, I think. But does Shaun Meachem just draw one in there?
Yeah.
Just a bit of a pocket.
Yeah. I guess right now, I mean, Mike can come off the red one that's just barely biting the forefoot. Drive the yellow one into the red. And who knows, I mean, I guess it depends where this freeze ends up. Or this attempted freeze. If they make it, be pretty difficult for Mike to get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only good news is there's still 3 stones left for Mike, so there's still some time to move rocks around after this one.
Looks pretty good if they're by. Yep, they are.
Yeah, just need to get down to the face, and they do. Good sweep. Good throw.
Now Mike has that shot that I was talking about, but then, I mean, that tap on the red stone just thrown by Braden is going to be there. However, again, it would have to be pretty precise because Mike's got that biter, or is it? No, I guess it's not. I was going to say Mike's got third shot, but he doesn't. Do you think you could ever come off that red and up and just touch the red?
Not sure. That's pretty good, though. That's really good, I think. I mean, you're sitting second, third, fourth now. Red can be pushed through the hole. Well, now what?
Yeah, I know. You can move up that. You can tap that red, but
Yeah, if you tap the red on the high side, well, you can only tap it on the high side and stay on the corner of the yellow. I think that's pretty good. Because then you can't hit that red because it'll jam onto the other yellow that's on the other side of the 4.
yeah, because I don't think you can ever guard this and say, "Hey, Mike, we're going to try and give you 1 here." Mike's not going to settle for 1 unless, I mean, it's absolutely no option. But Mike, I think Mike would play anything to try and get, score 2, regardless of the difficulty.
Yeah, I agree with you. They were looking at tapping the yellow stone and creating the backing, letting Mike sit-shot stone and rolling the shooter away. I was talking about tapping the red, sitting on the corner of yellow, which is right now, I guess, 3rd shot. Sitting 1st and 4th, but kind of protecting the one you're tapping and then creating a rock that Team McEwen can't actually hit because they'll jam on the yellows.
Brennan's gonna let the back end decide this one. They've had their input. Well, I'm not sure what they decided on, Jason, but the rock's in motion and on its way.
I thought they may have settled on trying to just guard here.
I think you're right. This is not going to be a very good guard, I don't think. Oh, it's going to spill off. Okay.
Not bad, but is that good enough? Can you still get to the red stone here and tap it through? I think you can.
I think you can, yeah, for sure. That hole's not there, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Running that yellow-red in, I think, you could cause yourself to almost have no shot.
Yeah, Marsh is saying double peel.
Yeah.
Damn, Marsh.
Yeah.
Then it's hard to make a perfect guard where you can guard everything.
Yeah. Yeah, double peel should at least at worst allow you to have a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think you'll be able to guard the yellow and the and the shot stone.
All right, Mike McEwen trying to peel off these 2 guards here. Just cleaning it all the way down. And they go, very easily.
Oh!
Even gets a little rub there. I don't know if that's helping them, though, quite honestly.
No, but did it give him shot? Because if it did...
I'm not sure it did. I think Red's still shot.
Okay.
I don't know. Now I think Red's still shot.
Do you?
I don't know. Do I never know, Terry?
I don't know. Because I don't know if I know. So. It's close, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the center of the pin, and looks pretty centered to me. We actually had a measure recently at my club where everyone thought, our team, their team thought it was my rock that was closer, and they measured it, and it wasn't particularly close, and it was the other teams. And then we looked at the pin, and it was like, oh yeah, it's definitely off the center, definitely closer to the other stone. So now we know that sheet. We're going to measure every stone now.
Yeah. Well, we had one last week, and our vice just said, like 2 red or 2 yellow, whatever it was, and like I was sure it was only 1, was sure, and I mean the vice just yep, and then my vice just kicked the rocks up as quick as he could.
Veteran move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of, I guess, choices here. It's just whichever you feel most comfortable in. You can play the guard.
Yeah, my first instinct was, do you just guard this?
Yeah, and that's what looks like they've elected to do.
They talked about promoting the red into the yellow. That is third shot. I think that makes it harder to give up 2 if you can make that. They're just playing the guard. They're guarding that straight run, yellow onto red. They'd like to have some distance between these rocks, so if you put this too tight, the run will be pretty easy.
I still think you play it.
I think so. I still think that's the easiest shot. I think if you could have put that maybe where that, the logos are, that would have been a bit better, or just 4 feet higher where that other yellow guard is. And the thing is, you don't need your yellow stones to stick around. You just need 2 of them, and you're going to be driving a yellow stone in. So you could lose a couple and still get it. So I like Mike's chances here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you nose it, and you're good. If you hit it off to the little bit off to the side, the red probably spins off the yellow and leaves you still 2. So
yep, that's right. All right, it's been a back and forth game. Team Meachem, they've got the lead, leading 6-5. Not exactly sure who shot stone, but this is a shot to win. Double run back. Remove the red stone that may be shot or second shot. Score at least 2. Looks close. Yep. Here it is. Perfect. It's 3 points for Mike McEwen in the 8th end. They're going to take this one. 8-6. What an entertaining game, Terry. It was back and forth. A lot of momentum shifts. There were mistakes as well. What did you think of the team's performance here?
Yeah, I mean, you can say all you want about, missed shots. Missed shots make the game way more interesting. And Mike had, the end result, now, although he only needed 2. I mean, he got 3 in the last end, but he created those 3 enders, and give kudos to Team Meachem. They played well. I mean, just a couple of guards that I think they would have liked to have had a little bit more distance between the rock that they were throwing and the rock that they were guarding. Example given that last shot, but yeah, no, entertaining is for sure.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us. Opening draw, of course, we have other games still on the ice. You can see it, so you can go to those streams as well. But tonight, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, we've got a couple of feature games that are going to be real good. Team Guju, Team Kleider in one game, and then we've got Team McEwen against Team Jordan McDonald, the other. All 4 teams, of course, having played at the Brier and this year or in the past. So that's going to be a great evening draw. And then, of course, we've got 3 draws tomorrow as well and into the championship Sunday. Well, on behalf of Terry Corbin and the entire Curling Stadium crew, my name is Jason Singh. Thanks so much, and we'll see you tonight.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!